Okay.
as a percussionist, I'm saying. But but I was wondering what those were. Anyway, here we go. Ana Maria Martinez is a Grammy Award-winning soprano in Santa Fe right now to perform with pianist Craig Terry and maestro Guillermo Figueroa of the Santa Fe Symphony, along with some other symphony musicians, including myself, actually. And I'm so happy to say that Ana and Guillermo have joined me today to talk about the concert. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Great to be here.
The name of this concert is Amor. I think it's going to be a really special, intimate affair of pretty small groups of musicians performing music of composers from Puerto Rico, Spain, Cuba, and Mexico. And Ana, you're really the star of this show, so I would love to hear how the repertoire all came together. Are they favorites of yours?
They are, but I do have to say, I don't think that there's any such thing as a star of a show. I mean, we're all working together. I can't pull it off without everybody else also, and I think we all need each other, and we nurture each other as we find our musical language together. And these pieces are very dear to my heart. I mean, we've got on the first half with Craig Terry, pianist. We have some song cycles that include repertoire from Spain and some other goodies in there. And then on the second half, we have Guillermo and string quartet, and then we have percussionist at the end, as you well mentioned. And these are all pieces that are the spirit of being very festive and passionate. And I welcome Maestro's feedback on this. I think that the Spanish repertoire in particular, and things from Latin America, are just very uplifting. That's the feedback I usually get from audience members, is that it's a music that they might not be so familiar with, and they find it contagious in as far as high energy and beauty.
And yeah, Guillermo, could you comment a bit about the music that we're going to hear at this concert?
Oh, I'm thrilled about it all. First of all, the song cycles that she will do in the first half. I know the Falla one very well. I don't know the other ones, but I am really thrilled to hear Hector Campos Parsi's cycle, because I don't know that piece. Of course, I grew up with composer Campos Parsi being around all the time. He was a huge musical figure in Puerto Rico, and I knew him very well when I was much younger. So, and he's one of our most important composers of ever. So I'm very happy that Ana Maria chose to do that. And of course, we have the other great icon of Puerto Rican song, which is Rafael Hernandez. Fantastic pieces. So that's going to be very exciting. I'm going to be playing a supporting role, adding my little tidbits on the violin to Ana Maria's singing. So very much looking forward to that. I should say that Ana Maria and I go back a long time. In fact, it goes back as long as her mother, who was also a fantastic singer and someone that I had worked with so many times in my musical career. So Ana Maria comes from that background of great singing. And we performed together in Carnegie Hall when I brought the Puerto Rico Symphony there several years ago, doing the work of another great Puerto Rican composer, Roberto Sierra. So thrilled to be back working with you, Ana Maria.
Thank you. Likewise, Guillermo. Truly an honor.
So, Ana Maria, I wonder then, did you grow up singing with your mother, alongside her?
Alongside her. Well, sometimes I'd be in choruses of things she was doing. I was always in the rehearsal process. She sang throughout her pregnancy. She has a story that I think it was when the great Pablo Casals, we owe him so much in Puerto Rico. He was conducting Fauré's Requiem, and he had selected her to be the soprano soloist. But by the time that it was going to take place, she would be 8 months pregnant. So she said, I don't know what it's going to be like to sing at 8 months, so I should not do that. So she sang in the choir. And she said that there was one movement in particular that had very steady percussion, and of course slow moving, and that I would move to the beat. And then she said, I think this baby's going to be a dancer. So music was always at home, except I favored the more popular type of music, and I actually wanted to be a percussionist first. And then she said, well, why don't you go into the violin? I said, maybe. And then by the time I was 5, I would hear something once and I'd pick it out on the piano in both hands. So music has definitely been part of my life. And I cherish the fact that I was always, quote unquote, dragged along to either watch rehearsals and performances. Her performances in particular were very moving to me because here was my mother, but then she was on stage and everybody was looking at her. And then when I had my son, I think he went through the same thing of, especially as a toddler, that's mommy, what is she doing up there? Why is everybody looking at her? But going back to the musical aspect, it's been definitely part of my journey. And I think I had no choice but to stay in that world.
I love that both of you come from such strong family musical traditions, and then you have this long history with each other that we'll get to see the fruit of on Thursday. Some of the composers you've mentioned that some are known and some are less well known to us, at least here, I guess, in America. So I know some of the composer names that we would recognize from, well, they're in our playlist here on the radio station: Ponce, Torina, De Falla. But if I could, I would love to ask you specifically about one of the composers that I personally didn't know anything about, Monsita Ferrer. Can you tell me about her?
Monsita Ferrer was born in the 1800s and a prolific composer and not very well known. I mean, I know in Puerto Rico we know her name, but that is someone that should be known worldwide. And I love this song of hers, and you can tell, especially when you hear it, the counterpoint. I love the counterpoint in this piece in particular. Again, very uplifting. And Guillermo, if you have something else to add.
Well, I was going to say that Craig Terry, your pianist, made a violin part for me to play in that piece. And I know what you mean about the counterpoint because it's only 3 flats. And he gave me very, very tricky triplets to play along with you singing. So that's, I hope I will live up to that counterpoint. So.
No doubt. But it's a fun piece.
Yeah.
So Craig Terry, he features very prominently then as both pianist and arranger of some of this music here. The first part of the concert being, I believe, just Ana Maria, you and Craig performing these song cycles. And then the ensemble expands a little bit, still an intimate group. Guillermo, do you want to talk about who else is performing?
Well, we'll have a quartet from the Santa Fe Symphony. Our concertmaster David Feldberg and violinist Sandra Marquardt. And I will be playing viola in the quartet. And Joel Bechtel, our assistant principal cellist, will be performing as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'll be switching back and forth between the 2 instruments.
And all of this is happening in a concert entitled Amor. It's a special Strata Series concert happening this Thursday, May 16th at 7 p.m. in the St. Francis Auditorium in the New Mexico Museum of Art. All the information is at santafesymphony.org. Ana Maria Martínez and Guillermo Figueroa, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me about this concert today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Alexis.
And do either of you feel like I missed anything that we should have talked about? Because I can always splice something back in if you think I missed something.
I don't think so. Guillermo, what do you think?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, it'll be fun. So Wednesday, we see each other, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah. Great.
Great.
All right. Well,
thank you
so much. And I'll when I post this, it'll go on our website. It'll go on Facebook.